Hey, everybody, it's Natalie B. McKenzie with The Whole Woman, and welcome to this week's episode of Living Life Authentically with yours truly. I have so much that we want to go over, and I am high, elated, excited, and overjoyed at our experience yesterday. But before we get into that, there is one thing I have to address because it's so heavy on my heart. Um, what is going on in our country? This shooting in Nashville, Tennessee, at a Christian school, leaving 6 innocent people dead and families upside down. I'm going to say it again. I've said it here before. I don't care what color you are. I really don't care what your political persuasion is. I do care that we all can agree that this rash of shootings and killings of our babies has to stop. Schools being one of the least safe places to be today, it's irrational, it's impractical, it makes no sense. We've got to do something about the gun violence. We have to do something about what's happening with this mental break. And I'm going to step out here on a limb and even say this. When you have a generation of children who are raised on video games, where they annihilate towns, cities, communities, kill, steal, destroy, what does that sound like to you? Kill, steal, and destroy. There is nothing positive attached with those names. We are desensitizing them. And at a certain point, they start to believe that when they kill someone in the streets, it is akin to killing someone on the screen. It's not real. They believe they'll regenerate. Can we please do something about this? So to the families in Nashville, Tennessee, who I know, the absolute last thing you want to hear today is that our thoughts and prayers are with you. But we are praying that you have the fortitude and that you're blessed with the strength, the courage to push forward. We are praying for you that this does not break your families. We are praying for you that you can find something positive in all this ugliness. We're very sorry that this tragedy has befallen you. And ironically, Tennessee is just being challenged. And I'm going to leave it there right now. What's happening with the mental health of our young people needs help. Can we all just please move towards helping one another, listening to one another, and paying attention to one another to ensure that another person doesn't go out because they feel hopeless, that they don't take their own lives or somebody else's life. And we pray. Unfortunately, we're going to switch gears, and fortunately, it's on a happier note. No less sensitivity than at the start of the show to what's happening, but here we are. Yesterday at the Capitol Grille in Paramus, let me just say, David Bryson and Chef Luis Estachio over at the Capitol Grille in Paramus, if you have not dined with them, you must. We had impeccable service from the staff, from the valet, the greeters, the bartenders. Hey, shout out to Yvette. The servers, Crystal, you have been a staple at the Capitol Grille and one of my favorite gal pals over there. But thank you so much. And David Bryson set such a high bar, such a high standard at the Capitol Grille that we know exactly what we're going to get when we get in there. They have been our partners for years, and we continue to celebrate them, support them, and encourage you to take your favorite dinners, just your hangout time, pop in for a cocktail, have a family dinner. It's a great place to be. And the atmosphere is one that you will not be disappointed in. So, women honoring women. We got together at the Capitol Grille. Thank you, Team TWW, because boy, did the team show up and show out, but we'll talk about them at the end. So, we honored 3. The word we coined for the day was badasses. Oh, yeah. Our honorees, ladies and gentlemen, were from different walks of lives. They participate in our culture, in our society in different ways, but they contribute and they give back, and they are making a stamp everywhere they go with everything they do. We also honored a man. So here at the Whole Woman, one of the things that we always ensure we do is we celebrate the men that support us, that leave space for us women to be the best we can be. They encourage us, they lift us, and sometimes they even laud us. And so we celebrate our brothers, our sons, our husbands. We celebrate all of that. And we celebrated what we call Man of Valor. Thank you so much, Rachel, for all that you do to support what we do over at The Whole Woman. Your continued support, your donations, your kind words. And if you listen to the sizzle reel for The Whole Woman, the music you hear was created by Rachel and donated to us. Yes, Ray, we value, we honor, and we support you. And we will always be here to lift you up so you can continue to be the giant you are in the music industry as a philanthropist, as a father, and as a husband and good citizen. We also celebrated none other than Dr. Balpreet Grewal-Virk. She is the Senior Vice President of Robert Wood Johnson, RWJ, Barnabas Health. She is just a significant individual in the community, in Bergen County, in New Jersey, in the state, and making strides nationally. She is an advocate in the space of spinal cord injury, and she's a great game changer advocating for healthcare equality and equity. We also honored, as you see pictured here, none other than Dr. Donna Mendes. She is the first African-American female to be board certified as a vascular surgeon in these United States of America. And not shown in our photo, our other honoree is Dr. Glenda Baskin Glover. She is a Ph.D., J.D., CPA, one of two women in the entire country to hold that distinction, to be triple degreed in that manner. She is the president of Tennessee State University and the 30th International President of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She was not able to be with us yesterday, unfortunately, due to a tragedy in the Nashville area, and we sent her love because she was all set to be here, and at the very last minute she had to cancel, but we celebrated her. She sent warm greetings via way of video, and we continue to celebrate her. Well, what our guests were not expecting, because they just did not know, if you're coming to the state of New Jersey and you're celebrating women, you have to do it right. And so the Honorable Tahisha Way Esquire, the Secretary of State for this great state of New Jersey, did the welcome address, and to a resounding applause, to what such warm reception. She is a friend of TWW. She is the Whole Woman, and we celebrate her, but more importantly, we are so grateful that she was able to be with us. Of course, then we had a surprise presentation. So let me just set the floor for you. The Whole Woman is an international women's organization, and our primary focus is to invite women to come in and be. We're in a very busy social structure. Our society, this American culture, is one that encourages you to do a lot, get a lot of accolades, be celebrated, or maybe not even recognized, depending on who you are. But really just pushes you to go, go, go. At the Whole Woman, we invite you to be. We remind you that we are human beings and we have the designation to be loving, to be kind, and to be encouraging. And in this safe space, we welcome women of all walks of life, as was shown yesterday. I thought it was so befitting that when I looked to my right, there was someone wearing a turban, and on my left was another wearing a yarmulke. And in the middle were the Muslims and the Christians and the Hindi and everybody. It was such a representation of the cross-cultural organ that we are here in America, diverse. and we're united in one mission, which is to help and support. So at the Whole Woman, we're really all about the party, but it's the purpose that's the relevant thing. We get together with women of affluence, with women who have accomplished much, with women that have more than most, and we turn that around to advocate, to support those in need, using that affluence to influence on behalf of those who need access, adequate access to healthcare and education. And so we had a surprise presentation to none other than Teresa Johnson, the founder and executive director of Never Alone Again. And this was done in conjunction with Fighting Atrocities Against Women Worldwide, the nonprofit arm of the Whole Woman, because the whole purpose of what we do is to give back to the community, make a difference, and create another ladder for someone else to climb up. So we lift as we climb. We take it such great pleasure in pausing, kneeling, and lifting our fellow sisters up. We lift people in the community up so they can be supported, so they can be elevated, so they can be recognized for what they do. And what we also want to shine a light on is those that are making a difference at the grassroots level. Over at Never Alone Again, they are designed to provide support for those in need of domestic, when they have had the misfortune of domestic violence and abuse, male, female families. During the pandemic, don't ask me how they converted, added to, and created space, but they became a food pantry. Well, all this was made possible because of our sponsors. And we absolutely want to celebrate. We want to talk about our sponsors, our platinum sponsors, the Capital Grille. We mentioned them before. And of course, OBL McKenzie LLC. If you recognize the name, that's because that's my heartbeat. That's my baby, my number one supporter. So thank you to the Capital Grille and thank you to OBL McKenzie LLC. Our awareness station sponsor was Your Prayer for Today, Reverend Daniela Small Bailey. Our dessert sponsor was DRZ Investment Advisors. Thank you so much, Vic Zolo. You're always there for us, always supporting, always celebrating, and we thank you. We also had our another of our premier sponsors was Irie Dental Spa, and this is Dr. Ruth Parkin Edwin out of East Orange, New Jersey, and Bloomfield. And you must have noticed that she's had her sponsorship with us. She's been with us quite a while, always supporting and blowing our wings, lifting us up. So support Irie Dental, ladies and gentlemen. I know we all have teeth. Get them taken care of. She's all about oral health and how sleep patterns impact your health and the grinding of teeth. And check her out. It's holistic dental care. Our digital sponsors were AJ Interiors and thank you, Denise Pugh. Denise Pugh has been so supportive of the Whole Woman for years, all throughout the pandemic. She's a supporter, she's a friend, and she is the Whole Woman. We're also thankful to Trinity Cadillac. Trinity Cadillac is a brand new sponsor, and they're all about women, honoring and empowering women. And so thank you, Trinity Cadillac. Welcome to the Whole Woman family. Thank you for your support. Of course, one of our regular supporters, and I get to see them almost 2-3 times a week, Goldman Physical Therapy. David Goldman over at Goldman Physical Therapy, located in the gym in Englewood, New Jersey, on board, support us. They're big supporters. They've been along with us for quite a while. So thank you so much, David. Also, State Farm, but not just any State Farm. Our State Farm rep of choice is Tammy Felton, supporter, friend, a woman who gives back herself. What I love about Tammy Felton is she is so understated. So then, all the way from Montego Bay, Jamaica, you do know that we are a global company, international. Thank you so much, Sonia Clark Bowen, over in Montego Bay, Jamaica, in Kingston, Jamaica. They're also in Trinidad. They're in Miami. From RSD Shipping Agency, Thank you. Thank you. And as you can see, they are a team of women with great men on board, helping them to make it work. But they're celebrating women all year long. Well, this year, 2023, the whole woman is adding something to our platform. We're adding environmental awareness because we recognize that if we're going to be whole women and a whole family, healthy family, part of our wellness is our environment. And if we all keep whistling past the graveyard and not pay attention to what's happening to our ozone layer, not protect our environment, not be mindful of how we're burning fossil fuels and how it's impacting us, we won't be here much longer on Earth because this system can't be sustained. We're welcoming to the family solar rays, and I want you to learn a little bit more about them. Roll that video.
Is not the center of the universe as was believed centuries ago. It is the center of life and also our planet's renewable energy source par excellence. Economic and environmental reasons have caused a boom in the search to better exploit renewable energy. And it's here that the sun is acknowledged as the undisputed king. The power generated by this star is about 20 trillion times greater than that generated by the sum total of all of the world's non-renewable energy plants operating simultaneously. And though only a tiny part of this energy actually reaches Earth, harnessing this minute fraction for a single hour would be enough to cover the entire world population's energy demand for a year. Yet still we continue to squander such natural potential. Until now, that is. Imagine solar panels could turn and face the sun without engines, just as sunflowers do. Then imagine they could do so both at a far lower price than at present and without today's solar panel surface area and weight-related issues. Imagine also that in addition to solar energy, these panels could produce thermal energy. At Solar Rays, we've made that possible by increasing solar tracking generated electrical energy by over 30% and via high-efficiency cells. Furthermore, inclusion of thermal applications has resulted in increased overall CPV system efficiency, while at the same time reducing the cost of conventional silicon panels by 30%. So how does our passive solar tracking system work? Compressed gas is thermodynamically expanded inside each of the individual workpiece's internal compartments. Given that solar tracking is autonomous and free of any form of external positioning control, solar focus cell impact readjustments occur continually. Because the highly advanced cells we use operate at solar concentrations of 1,000 suns, we attain electrical efficiency levels of over 40%. And in addition, we're able to harness thermal energy via active cell cooling, which in turn helps avoid loss of electrical efficiency caused by increased cell temperature. Basically, we've created a system that generates different energy types, electric, thermal, or both, and which yields combined electrical and thermal energy efficiency levels of up to 72%. We produce energy that's clean, cheap, easy to install, and maintenance-free, whether on the roof of your house, a high street supermarket, in sports centers, or at the local city hospital. Production costs for our patented system are low enough to stand us a decade ahead of our competitors. By 2050, 80% of the energy we use will be of the renewable kind, and Solar Rays means to be a part of that scene. Because our dream is a future that's green and clean. Because it'll take renewable electric and thermal energy to reduce greenhouse gases. And because we want to help create a world where renewables are the mainstay of both domestic and industrial energy consumption. At Solar Rays, we know what we want and we know what it takes to get it done. Solar Rays, renewable energy on every roof.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Solar Rays, they are coming to the United States of America. And over here at The Whole Woman, we get to be a partner with Solar Rays. What makes them different is they're not just harnessing the energy from the sun while the sun is up. They are pulling the sun the energy from the sun, then they're trapping it, and thermogenically it will circulate. And so there'll be power 24 hours for the day. We're going to talk more about that. We have much more to share, but we are so excited to welcome solar rays to the Whole Woman family. Stay tuned. So our supporting sponsors, that they contributed gifts, they were on board, they made it happen. Supporting sponsors were L'Oreal, Shoe Cosmetics. You remember Shoe Cosmetics, they've been with us a long time. And L'Oreal has always been so generous with us. Power to Inspire and Chu Entertainment, that's Ray and Vivian Chu. And if you recall, every other year they do this amazing event called Night of Inspiration at Carnegie Hall. So 2023 is the off year, but stay tuned for 2024. Our additional sponsors were Miracle Buttercream, Mamacita, Cedar Lewis. We want to wish you a good luck for something amazing. Major we know is coming up. We're not at liberty to say what yet, but we are praying, because we know you've got this in the bag, Mama. Go get it. Dr. Marcia A. Harris, at Wellness Restoration, is a sponsor, has been a supporter, is a friend. And we just also want to pause for a minute to extend condolences to her. She's had quite a bit of loss in the past week and a half, and she was unable to be with us in person. But Dr. Harris, we're lifting you in prayers. We also want to say thank you to Laughter Travels Gourmet. And you know what? You have a feature of all our guests. Now, Mamacita over at Miracle Buttercream. Ooh, I wish I had one right next to me, but we're going to tell you all about it. They just launched a new product, and it's a face cream that is oil-free. Am I in heaven or what? Because I can't use oil-based products on my face. So way to go, Mamacita Mamacita Buttercream, Miracle Buttercream. Okay, Sita, I'm getting your name and Miracle Buttercream all entangled. But this contains stem cells, and it also can see the orchids behind me. It has something from the orchid plant, stem cells, the whole fabulous, amazing thing. And remember, Cedar Lewis is a woman of color. This is a woman-based company, wholly and solely owned by her, and she self-funds this business, and she is pushing it along. So we celebrate you over there, and we are praying for you. We know you're gonna knock it away. Can't wait to tell everybody about it as soon as it's in the bag. All right. So finally, we had an amazing opportunity to share with all of those in the room firsthand Lady Mist. Lady Mist is the collection that is owned and designed by the Whole Woman in partnership with 3 women that create products such as these. We partnered with School Sense Home Products. I'm always tongue-tied when I get to say that. So Tiffany Rose over at School Sense designed with me, we created the Lady Mist fragrance. And with that fragrance, we then infused it into the amazing all-natural soy candles created by School Sense and created the Lady Mist candle. That same fragrance was sent over to Shoe Cosmetics, where Shawanda Vickers created our hand sanitizer. And what makes it so unique is she added coconut oil and other moisturizing agents to make it moisturizing and sanitizing. Thank you so much, Shu. Thank you, Shawanda. The third, we talked about Cedar Lewis over at Miracle Buttercream. Miracle Buttercream took the same Lady Mist fragrance, infused it into a secret sauce that they created over at Miracle Buttercream, and they created the Lady Mist body butter. Look at your screen, scan the code, and shop. We can have this shipped out to you within a day or so. You will have it at your door. You will be moisturizing, sanitizing, and luxuriating with amazing aroma in your home or office. So that's the Lady Mist collection, and we are delighted that we were able to share that with you. So all that wonderful production, let me tell you a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes. This year, the Whole Woman is in transition. So we retooled, regrouped for the pandemic, and we went full force, went in and got it done. And then the pandemic's over. So now what do you have to do? Pivot, 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 retool, get it back together for this new environment. And as we are unfolding and retooling and re-energizing, our team is shifting as well. And what I love about the amazing people that come on board to work alongside us, they come in and they give of their heart. And so I want to thank Stephen Medrano, who joined us late in the party to help to make this happen. We also want to thank Ravi Tate Brickle. He's been part of our team, back and forth, helping us make things happen quietly behind the scenes with just the kindest, loving heart. And then we have Gian Rice. Gian Rice has been lockstep with us for quite some time because where his mother goes, so does he. So Gian, we want to thank you for always bringing the party the smile, but getting it done and doing it with such a warm, kind, and giving style. Of course, then we have June Eunice Gonzalez. June has been one of my assistants, and she manages my world behind the scenes. No one sees her most of the time, but she is that powerhouse. And when she comes out and shows up for the whole woman events, she is rocking it. She is one hot toddy. So she brings the smile, she brings the party, but she is whipping that whip to keep everybody in shape and keeping us in order. Of course, our newest member to the team as well is Deidre Lycona. And this is a special edition. She came in at the last minute and just took on all our graphics and creative pieces and worked alongside with Marlon Messina, who handles the marketing and messaging, popped in there with our executive producer extraordinaire, none other than Deidre and Tate. But we had some pretty hot, beautiful, fancy, high-heeled women behind the scenes creating the bags that we gift at all our events. And I am telling you, folks are not leaving the party without their gifts, and we love it. Thank you so much to who we lovingly call Cousin Renee Outen, who always is there for us when she's on scene. She shows up and quietly packs those bags, gets whatever we need done. We value and appreciate you. Thank you so much. We also want to thank Beverly Baker Jackson, my girl, my ride or die. She's always there. But when your girlfriends roll up in the middle of the night, Jasmine Pond Franklin, and they're rolling up in your house at 9 p.m. Okay, what do we need to do? And they're slipping out at 2 a.m. as if we've been hanging out in the club. But no, it was club mission to get your goodie bags packed. Thank you all so very much. And if I'm forgetting anyone, someone please remind me. I am so grateful. And I said before, the valet at Capitol Grille. From that moment, it was impeccable, gracious, kind service to the greeter at the desk, the bartenders, the servers, the bussers, every person. We thank you for yet another successful event, Women Honoring Women 2023. Now check this out. Guess what's next on tap? Our retreats. We're shifting our spring retreat and moving it a little closer into summer, beginning of summer, early summer. Stay tuned. Remember, 15 to 20 spots, no more. But if you want to know more about this, DM me, email me, call me. You have my number. It's available. But check us out on Instagram. Connect with us on Facebook. Reach out to us. And if you're not yet subscribed to the Whole Woman newsletter, be sure to do that. Send us an email at info@twww.thewholewoman.com, or just connect with us right here on Facebook, and we will ensure you get added to our newsletter. To our producer, executive producer, Miss Deidre and Tate. Now, this is where I wish I were driving, because if I were driving, her picture would pop up on the screen, balloons and champagne would go. Happy birthday, Deidre. It's the big 6-0. We love you, we celebrate you, and we can't wait to just do the darn thing and party with you this weekend. Happy birthday, Deidre. I'm Natalie B. McKenzie here at The Whole Woman, and I wish you enough life to live, enough joy to give, enough love to share. I wish you enough. Good night.